twisted. Door now, talk stupid, off with your head. Money talks, what's up, my diamonds? Living single mom here, and it is the beginning of the weekend. Still January. I'm on my way to pick up my daughter, little Ari, from elementary school, and yes, I know you guys have been asking about me, and I have been missing you as well. Let me tell you, I came and spoke to you, and I uploaded a video last night. Yes, as you did see, there's been a lot going on, and I spoke to you at Christmas time and told you then that I had a lot going on as well. And let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you this: when you have when you speak positivity and you say positive things and you bring about, you exude that positive energy, be prepared, because evil is going to find you and try to take you down. And you can believe in what you want to believe in, but trust and believe. This is how I feel. I don't know if this happened to you, but things will. And okay, I don't want to force and say this about everything, but usually things start happening or shit start popping up when you just say, I have certain plans in place, and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and this is what I have planned for this year, or we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Then all of a sudden just all kinds of shit just pops up, and all kind of things start happening, and you can't complete or do tasks that you had to do, and all kind of things. And let me tell you, all sorts of things, not just little tiny little things, have been happening. All kind of hot damn shebang, boom bam, I'm gonna, excuse my language, fuck you up this year, Janelle, has been happening to me. You know what I'm saying? And it had me pretty discouraged, had me pretty scared, shook up, and I am keeping my head above the water the best way I can, and staying positive the best way I can, and doing my best to survive mentally, emotionally, physically, and maintain my household, my health, my strength, my spirit, and all of that. So with that being said, I said I was going to speak to you guys about this, and without dragging this out, in December, this started a while back, but recently what happened to me in December, I had a seizure. I went to the gym, and when I came back home from the gym, I was sitting down, and before I went to the gym, I might have had some nuts or whatever. When I came back from the gym, I was sitting down eating some egg whites and toast or whatever I was having for breakfast. And as I sat there at the table, I got that smell, that aura. Before you have a seizure, you get this aura that comes about. And whatever it is, some people get smells, some people see stars, light, whatever. It's a certain sense that you get before you have this attack or whatever. Okay, I got that smell. It's like a burning smell, and I started feeling nauseous, and I sat there and I told my mom, and I was like, oh my God, this has happened to me twice this year already. And when it has happened, I had the seizure. Now, this year is the first time I've ever had a seizure in my whole entire life. I'll speak about that in a minute. But so December 8th, I had a seizure. This is the third official seizure that I had this year. Where's the second? Give me a minute. I'm sorry. It's just so much at one time. And I have another issue with my memory. Like, I have short-term memory loss. This is what they found out as well when I had the first big seizure. When I went to the hospital and I found out that this was a seizure that I had, they found out that I had short-term memory loss. my brain when they did an MRI. So anyways, December 8th, I had a seizure. Passed out in my house. My mom said I was at the table, shaking and whatnot. And Ariana was there as well. She was very scared. She was crying because she never seen me in this state before or whatever. And my mom called the paramedics and they had to come get me out of the house. And I didn't remember anything after that state. I didn't remember leaving up out of the house. They asked me my name and such. I didn't remember any of that. I didn't remember getting put in an ambulance. I didn't remember anything they were saying. I didn't remember riding in the ambulance. The only thing I remembered was when I got to the hospital in the emergency room. I woke up. I probably was awake in the ambulance, but I was incoherent. I just remember getting to the emergency room, sitting in the emergency room, and I was like, okay, here we are again. Okay, so I'm in the emergency room. You know, of course they're gonna keep me overnight or whatever, and I'm in like the worst hospital, one of the worst known hospitals. Okay, I don't even like this hospital because they're very like slacking. They lack. They know that I have, well, you guys don't know, but I have high blood pressure issues, okay? Because of my weight, I have blood pressure problems. And if I lose the weight, then more than likely the blood pressure issues will go away. So I'm telling them what medication that I'm on. When I was at the hospital before, they put me on some medication that did not work for me. It works for people that have blood pressure issues not related to their weight. So the blood pressure pills that they did put me on was working on a certain part of my heart, but it wasn't working for me because it just wasn't working for me. So I told them what medications I was on. They chose to give me the same shit they was giving me before that did not work for me. So I was in there not getting blood pressure medication. They end up putting me back on, they tried to put me back on the same seizure medication that they had me on before. They had me on some seizure medication called Keppra. That medication that they had me on before was driving me totally insane. February of this last year, 2015, that was my first seizure. I had that seizure at work. Let me tell you, something told me, let me tell you, when I got a Miss Cleo intuition and I got a Miss Cleo thought process, it's crazy. Like, ask anybody. Like, the things I say and the things that when I tell you something, or I can give you like a thought about somebody, it's always on point, it's always correct. Like, you can ask my family, ask my kids, they just don't know how I do it. I was blessed. It's a blessing. In the office by myself, locked in a dorm full of like 50 men. But I'm in the office and I'm locked in there. Okay. They don't want any of the men interacting with me. I have to open up a window to speak to these men. But usually I leave the door open because the men are harmless. They're on work release. They don't bother me. I've been working there for, 2 years. I'm always working in jail. I'm not afraid. I'm not supposed to do it, but hey, you treat them right, they treat you right. It's a respect thing, whatever. It's easier for me because I have to get them to initial paperwork. I'm not finna keep getting up and unlocking this door. It just works, okay? We have respect for each other. They know the drill. Anyways, the supervisor comes in and he locks the damn door. He locks the door. Every time he comes in there, he wants to lock the door. He wants to lock the door. He wants to lock the door. He wants to keep everything on lockdown, but he got this kitchen tech that works in the kitchen overnight, 3 o'clock in the morning, in there with inmates working in the kitchen with knives and scissors and everything by herself. Like, what's the point of that? She's in the kitchen with knives with inmates who's in there with a grudge. They don't even have good food, and they be pissed off half the goddamn time. She by herself. Do they think that's safe? It's safe for her to be in a room full of inmates with knives. But anyway, something just told me to unlock this door and call this inmate in there for his he's diabetic, so instead of me giving him his bag, when he came in, I was like, I'll give it to you later, whatever. Something told me to call him. At 9 o'clock, something told me to open up. I just called him at 9 o'clock. And when I had called him at the time to come get his bag, at the same time when he came in there to get it, I stood up and I was like, something don't smell right. Something don't smell right. He was like, you all right? And he just stood by the door. His you know, he an older guy, like older African American guy. He's like, I don't know, I think he's like 55, old school guy, like OJ's kind of guy. And I was like, I'm not feeling right. He's like, you sure you okay? I was like, no, I don't feel good. And I was about to walk towards the emergency exit in the back door. And as I was walking towards that back door, I passed out. And then he just got crazy. He was like, oh, came back to work after a few weeks later. He told me the story. He was like, I passed out. Two other inmates that I know of that came in there. One held my head, the other one turned my head sideways and had ran to the kitchen, got a spoon, put it in my mouth because I was like in there seasoning, and so I wouldn't choke on my tongue. And another inmate that I talk to all the time, we cool, he ran to the front, banged on the window, and they was looking at him like he was crazy, and he started cursing and knocking on the door. That's the only way that the guard even got his attention. She was like, she started acting crazy because she's like, she's like, no, what you want? What the hell you doing? Because when he was knocking on the door, she ignored him. He banged on the door so hard and started cursing her out, whatever. And then she got up and was like, nigga, is you crazy? What's your problem? Is you crazy? And he was like, you know, Miss Walters down there passed out, such and such, this and that. And that's when they got up and they ran down there and called paramedics and came down there and called EMT, whatever. So if it wasn't for those inmates, like, Lord knows the situation that I would have been in. Okay, I would have been locked up in that room. God knows. So, since December 8th, I haven't been back to the job, okay? Because I don't feel comfortable being locked in that room. Especially since the doctor's telling me that my situation is chronic. And the fact of the matter is, I went back to my neurologist, and he's I wanted to get a EEG, a scan on my brain to let me know exactly what the reason is that I'm having these seizures. I don't know what the reason is at all, because I've never had seizures in my whole freaking life. It's just like out of the blue, I'm having these seizures. Like, why? Nobody can tell me why. I need to know, like, what's going on? Like, how often is this gonna be? Like, is this the regular thing? Like, what's going on? And I did come off the seizure medication in August. I was taking seizure medication, which was also appetite suppressant, but the neurologist was like, you can come off of it if you like, it's up to you. I was like, okay, that's fine, because I've never had seizures before. I don't feel like I need it. I'm just gonna stop taking it. It was my choice. So I don't know. And then I started taking a medication, another medication that was supposed to help me lose weight. I don't know if that triggered something in my body to let me have a seizure, or if I'm having seizures on my own. So it's like I'm all over the place, and I'm nervous to go back to this job, to work in that locked in that room by myself, especially the fact that I don't know. And you know, I don't really know the known cause of this seizure. And then I had to get my medication. Oh, not only that, I don't know if it was the appetite suppressant that was causing the problem, but then I found out from, I got a new doctor right now. I have a new doctor, and she also told me I had to switch doctors, that the previous doctor that I had, the water pill that I was taking also causes seizures. Nobody looked at that. She looked over the medication. Nobody looked at that. I got a nurse practitioner, because doctors don't give two bits of a shit, excuse me, to get you in there, to get you out. Okay, I went and got me a nurse practitioner. She getting me together. I spent at least 20 minutes in there, 30 minutes in there with her. Okay, we're working on my weight. We're working on a general care plan. We're working on me. She actually gives a crap about me. These other doctors, they like fly by night. They in there to get you goddamn copay. They think it's topical. It's topical. They're not trying to get in there and actually diagnose and care. I'm not saying all of them, but basically the majority of them really don't give a damn. And I don't like that. So, yeah. On top of that, I had the issues with my truck. The issues with my truck that was going on, from me locking myself out of my car at the end of the year for me getting a flat tire, blowouts, my airbag situation. And then at the beginning of the year, right on New Year's Day, let me tell you, my daughter was driving to Walmart and my truck overheated. I'm like, you kidding me right now? That's the last. I don't need it. My truck is overheating. No. So immediately, you think the worst. You always think the worst, because that's just one thing you do not want. And if she driving it, she not thinking, she don't know a jack squat about cars. So I'm thinking, God, dog, how long she been driving my truck while it was on the H? Because when she came back from Walmart, my truck was still hot. Like after 3 hours, I went downstairs to try to check my truck, and it was still hot. I was gonna check the fluids and everything, but I was like, oh my God, how long she been driving my truck? So anyways, I went and checked the fluids and everything, and the radiator was empty. I was like, ooh, Janelle, bad girl, no good. The radiator was empty. The freaking coolant tank was empty. I'm thinking when I'm getting oil changes and whatnot, they supposed to be topping off my fluids, but obviously nobody was topping off Janelle's fluids. So not only that, Janelle got pulled over that same week when my daughter went to a sleepover, and I'm going to pick up my daughter. I'm getting pulled over for no reason. Cop telling me, oh, I can take you to jail. Did you read the back of your license? You're supposed to get that your address changed within 10 days. Who does that? Do y'all do that? Y'all read the back of y'all license? I'm like, okay. I'm feeling like saying, do what you gotta do. You feel me? Going to pick up my daughter from school, and the police want to put people in jail, and it's just a whole lot going on. Not to mention my child's father, like, he's triple-five showing out. Like, when I say this fool acting up, I deleted him off Facebook. I blocked him from my phone. I'm not tolerating this old mess that he did last year, this year. I'm not about to beg the father of my child to spend any time with his children, to spend any money on his children, to give me any money. You know what I'm saying? If you cannot force anyone to change their habits. You cannot force anyone to change their ways. He wants to be a family so bad. If he can't be a family unit, including me, it's like he doesn't want to involve himself at all. And I cannot understand that. He talks about we. We need to be a family. We need to do, If it's not we involving me, it's like, damn the rest. And he loves us so much. He loves his kids. He loves us. He loves us. Really? Because me, if you're not dealing with my children, I don't even see you. I can't see you. Your daddy must be a glass maker, because I see right through you. Okay? Like, where you at? Where you at? Gee. You ain't even in my visual. You feel me? Now, I talked to him last night, okay? And what I said to him, this is crazy. I said to him, how would you feel? I have been begging you to spend some quality time. Your son is 12 years old. I've been begging you to spend quality time with your child. All right? Hang out with him. Say, oh, I'm going to spend 1 to 2 hours. Let me go bounce a basketball with him. Let me do something with him. All right, he going through a lot in middle school. He going through a lot of changes. It's a lot of things going on. All right, it's a lot of pressure, just a whole lot. He need that manly. He need that strength. He needs that reinforcement. He need somebody to go to. You know what I'm saying? I said, well, what if there was another man, okay, that came into his life to be his father figure? You know what I'm saying? Somebody else that he can look up to for support and strength or whatever. Well, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, if y'all find, I guess I would just say y'all was a family, and you find another boyfriend, you find another man to be with, and I just have to be cool. That's just what it is. Really? Really, nigga? After all these years I've been begging and pressuring you, and that's all the fuck you gotta... Excuse my language, but I just can't. That's what the fuck you got to say? See, it always comes back to me. Why the freak is it coming back to me? You nasty motherfucker. And then I'm gonna try to do that. Nigga, don't fucking try for me. Do it for your kids. And you know, I'm not gonna beg your fuck ass no more. Alright? How am I supposed to feel? And they want to tell me every time he talks to me, I have attitude. And I wonder why. Because you don't help me with these children from day one. You have got comfortable with me doing everything. I have made you comfortable. Okay? I haven't put any pressure on you. We have lived together for 10 and a half, almost 11 years. All you had to do was pay a little bit of bills, half-ass pay the light bill, half-ass pay the cable bill, because you were the only one watching the fucking TV. You know what I'm saying? Half-ass do that shit. You didn't have to buy the food. You didn't take care of the kids. You ain't take the kids to school. You ain't bought the kids. You know, we was all living under the same roof, but we really didn't see him, and it was just what it was. He was comfortable with that. He was comfortable with that, saying, oh, he in the house with his family, he living with his family. Well, we was not a family unit. We wasn't doing anything together, but he was cool with that. Every now and then, we came together, we had little parties. To everybody else, it may have looked good, but it wasn't good. We wasn't doing anything as a unit. We were still separate like we are now. We were just under the same roof, but he was here, and the kids, we were here. It looked like it was something, but trust me, it was nothing. But he was comfortable with that because he just had his family under one roof, and it felt good to him, because to everybody else, it looked like it was something. And that's what bothers him, because do you think I feel good when I go out to McDonald's and I'm eating by myself? You think when I go places and everybody say, where your family? That's your problem. You living for everybody else. That's your goddamn problem. This video taking a turn. That's a whole nother story. Anyways, that's how it is, living single mom. Okay, I'm not even finna sugarcoat none of this. This is what this channel is all about. Living single mom. This is the daily life of a living single mom. Well, one of them at least. This is just what it is. Anyways, that's part of what I've been going through. Okay, but at the end of the day, and every day, I'm gonna tell you this, I stay and I keep it positive no matter what. Even if I may cry at night, but I'm gonna pray at the end of the day. I'm gonna pray. Everybody gets emotional. Everybody. I'm not no freaking, what I look like? I'm not no goddamn steel robot. I have emotions too. My kids don't see that part of me. Okay? They rarely do. But I do. I gotta be strong. But I cry. But then 30 minutes later, I'm back to that old gray mare. She ain't what she used to be. What? What the hell does that even mean? Oh, whoa. So, yeah. At the end of the day, I've been reading that Secrets book, and because like that book said, there is no negativity in the world. There's just good. And you got to look at it. There's good out of all of, even if the things are not going well, no bad. Okay, even if things are not, they're going awry, there's good under all of that. There's something to be learned under all of that. Okay, and you just have to figure it out and figure what's going on and move through it. It's there to make you stronger. It's there to build you up. It's there. You just got to get through that storm. You got to push through. It's there. Okay. And then as far as people go, sometimes the way that, you can never change anyone. But when you show somebody that you doing better, or you're not finna put up with they shit, and you're not finna sit here and deal with they shit, or they see you doing better and they see that you don't need them, and they see you doing this, sometimes that's the kind of thing that somebody needs to for them in order to change. I'm not saying do it for them, but you got to do you, and you got to do what's best for you. And sometimes things like that evoke change in people. And then you got to see, then you know whether, you can't sit up there and hold that against the children, because the children do need their father or their uncle or their granny, whoever. You know what I'm saying? Kids don't see those issues going on. You can't let your issues with people affect what's going on, or take that away from, take the child away from that person because of your feelings towards that person. But anyways, I appreciate you guys, and it's been going on for a long time. I don't think I'm gonna edit this video. I'm just gonna upload it, and it's long, and hopefully you watch it to the end and you understand, or you try to understand a little bit about what's going on, and hopefully you get a gist. And I hope I wasn't all over the place, and I appreciate you guys for hanging in there and checking in on me. Red, I appreciate you checking in on me. I'm here. I'm doing my best. Jeffrey, I'm here, and I got my seatbelt on, boo. That's a speed bump. I got my seatbelt on, all right? I forget sometimes. I get a little antsy, but I'm here. I'm at the school to pick up my boo. I'm gonna let her say hi to y'all. What's up, Ariana?
Hi, Mommy.
How are you?
Woo.
Put your seatbelt on. Say hello.
Mommy, were you on the phone with somebody? Because when you were pulling up, all I saw was you doing that.
Ari, say hello.
Hi.
I am on the video with YouTube. Ooh.
I'm hungry.
So say goodbye, because the video's running long, and we gotta hit him up later.
But
I know. You'll be back.
No, I won't.
Yes, you will. Wave. Anything you want to say before you go?
Hungry.
See, you don't even want to talk because you're hungry.
I want you guys to give me a hug.
You want to give you a hug? How are they gonna do that?
I don't know. Send me some chocolate.
How are you gonna send you some chocolate? Give him a hug, Ari. Ah, you're goofy. Deuces. Go. That's your man, I hate to be him. Oh, go down in the DM.
It go down in the DM. It go down. It goes down in the DM. It go down in the DM.
Hello, Daddy.
What? Oh my
Hi,
God.
Daddy. When you picking me up?
Did she just kill my vibe?
Oh yeah, I forgot. You'll get